The history of bread and how modern bread became nutritionally bankrupt. For millennia, bread was the literal staff of life. But today, as a shelf-stable commodity, it has become a nutritional ghost of its former self. If not for the added chemicals used in processing and synthesized vitamins, it would be a dead bread at best. About 14,000 years ago, bread was served as a gritty flatbread made from wild grains. And then, during the agricultural revolution, people domesticated wheat by hand grinding the whole kernels, bran, germ, and endosperm between stones. It was labor-intensive, but produced a flour that was whole, dense and dark, packed with B vitamins, minerals, and healthy fats. It was a complete fuel source feeding nations. And then, during the Industrial Revolution, steel roller mills automated the grinding process. This also provided a means to refine flour by easily stripping away the bran and germ from the grain, leaving behind the endosperm, basically the dead white starch that was appealing to eyes but not the stomach. Why refine? At first, it was mostly about the elite status of white bread, but it was also about shelf life and texture. By removing the germ, flour could sit in warehouses for months without spoiling, and removing the germ produced a smoother texture. The result, a snowy, fine powder that was easy to ship, easy to bake, and virtually indestructible. But the catch and the crash. By stripping away the wheat's bran and germ, we lost the nutritional value in bread. We lost the fiber, essential for digestion and glucose regulation, vitamin E, and healthy fats, the heart of the grain, B vitamins and minerals, iron, magnesium, and folate, the water-soluble B9 vitamin that is essential for the body to make DNA and RNA and to metabolize amino acids necessary for cell division and growth. And then the crash. By the 1930s, the consequences became a public health crisis. Diseases like beriberi, thiamine deficiency, and pellagra, niacin deficiency, became sweeping through populations that used refined flour as their primary calorie source. They were eating plenty of calories, but they were effectively starving. To combat these widespread deficiencies, particularly during the mobilization for World War II when recruits weren't healthy enough to serve, the U.S. government mandated the enrichment of refined flours. Instead of going back to whole grains, which spoiled too fast, they decided to inject the synthetic versions of what they had processed out, the iron, niacin, thiamine, riboflavin, folic acid. The irony, we spent massive amounts of energy removing the natural nutrients, only to spend more money manufacturing chemical versions to spray back onto the dead starch. Today, the vast majority of bread found on supermarket shelves is a triumph of chemistry rather than agriculture. Natural structural integrity and nutrients are gone. Modern commercial bread often relies on conditioners and emulsifiers to create that pillowy texture that never seems to mold, added sugars to feed high-speed yeast for rising loaves and added taste, and synthetic enrichment to meet basic legal nutritional requirements. In many ways, modern white bread acts as a delivery system for synthetic vitamins. Without those added enrichments, the bread provides little more than a rapid spike in blood sugar followed by a crash. It is a highly processed starch that the body recognizes more as a sugar than a complex food.